We in.
Are we? All right, sweet.
What you looking at over there?
Just looking around, dude.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
I have an adventurous mind.
Okay, I can dig that. Hey, welcome to the Chris and Kyle Show. Spoilers for The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
I'm excited.
Yeah. You watched it without me, you jerk. You jerk.
I mean, you were playing Madden and shit, so I was just like,
Well,
all right,
I mean,
like we don't have to watch all of the spoiler episodes. So we don't have to watch them together.
Just figured we would.
I mean, we can. Was this movie what you thought it was going to be?
The first short was.
I didn't know that.
So I knew it was vignettes. I knew that.
You knew that?
Yeah,
so,
but I thought it was going to be vignettes that were connected somehow.
We've discussed on the podcast about Buster Scruggs. We were like speculating that it was like a TV show, right? Like with different episodes.
Yeah, originally it was, I think, supposed to be a TV show on Netflix or like a limited series kind of thing.
But it's essentially 6-7 different shorts made in a feature film.
It's 6, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
How should we break this down? Do you want to go by
do you want to talk about the whole thing first and then break them down?
How do you talk about the whole thing?
That's true. They're not... Okay, so that's kind of where I want to start. Because like you said, we've talked about it before, and I knew it was vignettes going in. But I thought that they were going to be vignettes that connected together. You know what I mean? And in some way. I mean, I guess you could say they're all Western, so they connect in that way. But
yeah.
Other than that, they have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah. I don't completely agree with that.
Well, I mean, are you talking about like...
There's references to each other. I know that there was at least one reference from one of the shorts to another, and it was like really quick. I don't know if you noticed it.
What was it?
Do you want to like include people on what this is first?
Nah, fuck them.
We
can do that. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs is a film, but is actually a collection of short films, essentially, made by the Coen brothers, Joel and Ethan. It stars
directed by the Coen brothers, adapted for the screen by the Coen brothers, but it was originally written by Jack London.
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, look at that. Oh, wait, no, that's not entirely true. Part of it is Jack London.
Oh, okay.
Part of it is also Stuart Edward White, whoever that is.
I don't know who Stuart is.
So I guess different
Jack
shorts.
London's White Fang, right? Call of the Wild?
I don't know, dude. I'm just looking at Wikipedia right now. Shout out Wikipedia. But yeah, there's a plethora of different actors. Tim Blake Nelson plays the titular character. James Franco's in it. Brendan Gleeson, Zoe Kazan, Liam Neeson, Tom Waits, some other people. There's a bunch of people in it. Dudley Dursley is in it.
Yeah.
Dudley doing it big.
Yeah, he fucking kills it, actually.
Big. I was like, oh my God, that's Dudley. Yeah, so how do you... I don't know if I really... Let's talk about them as they came, and then if you want to do like your favorite, we can do that. So the first vignette is called The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Mm-hmm. And this is what I kind of expected.
Right.
When going into watching this. This is what the trailers kind of gave the vibe of. And it was like flashy and fun and funny. And Tim Blake Nelson is doing his thing.
Kind of over the top. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if
it's over the top for sure.
I don't know if you felt like this, but I felt like it was like a really... I felt like it was like a Bud Light commercial with really good dialogue. I mean that in the
best way possible.
I mean that in a good way.
Like it's like if Buster Scruggs did the trick with the table and shot the dude in the head shot Mr. Krabs in the head 3 times, and then like a beer flew into his hand, he would have been like looked at the camera with it.
I don't know if you kind of felt like this. It was kind of cheap, right? Like it was stagey. Like it wasn't. It didn't have the aesthetic of most Coen Brothers movies. It like you could tell that like there was a lot of that they cheated on a lot of shots. There was a lot of green screen. There's a lot of like bushes that seemed like they were studio bushes. You know, like they're
okay.
You know, they're fucking.
But like it kind of fits with the tone of that short a little bit, I think.
I mean, I think that it was a cheaper movie.
Maybe.
I don't think that
You mean overall or this one specifically?
I'm talking about all of the vignettes. I think
Okay.
that all of the vignettes.
You could definitely tell in the gold rush one, the guy that was looking for gold. That one you could definitely tell there was CG.
Yeah.
Going on with like the deer and stuff.
Yeah.
I still think they got a lot of really pretty locations and really good establishing location shots and stuff.
I agree.
There's still a lot of really pretty stuff. But yeah, I'm with you on the dialogue because they always deliver the Coen brothers on characters specifically, I think, and having characters shine through their dialogue. Yeah, I thought it was a good start though. It was the shortest one, I think. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, short.
Right.
I think it's the shortest one of all of them, and it's the one where you're like, there's almost above human level things happening. He's such a crack shot that it's unbelievable.
And he's basically Deadshot.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing nonsense.
He's Bullseye.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking. But it was by far the funniest, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. It was definitely the funniest. And that's just mostly, I think, because of the character. Mm-hmm. And then that other dude just rolls in. Bam. I was like, oh, it's over. Because like I said, I was expecting. I thought like Buster Scruggs was going to be the thing that I thought it was going to be like vignettes from his life or something like that.
Right. And
then he was dead, and I was like, oh. So what happens now?
Or even in a way, like Inside Llewyn Davis is kind of vignette-y. Like it's like you have Llewyn Davis who's experiencing like little microcosms of
but everything's connected, and you're following him through it. It's not
everything's connected because he's in.
But it's not like it's jumping from when he's 40 to when he's back to 30, and then like really different times of his life. It's all like within a week, and you can tell that.
Yeah, true. But like if he was not a part of each of those vignettes, you could say that they are just as like secular, like they're just as divisive as all of the shorts that are in this.
I guess kind of, especially like when you get to the John Goodman part of that movie, because it's very completely different cast and setting than other parts. I guess I kind of get that. I love that movie. Yeah. So, did you like the first one though?
Yeah.
I started strong for you?
I thought it was funny. Like it did feel kind of dilly, like
it's over the top for sure.
Yeah, it's over the top, but it was like the Coen brothers have like they can nail like a really subtle like I don't know if quirk is the right word. But there's like a quirkiness to their.
Well, you can usually tell when something is Coen brothers without even knowing that.
But like if you, I don't know if you've ever seen A Serious Man, but like A Serious Man has like it's a fucked up movie. It's like it's dark. I mean, it's based on the Book of Job, and but it's like it has this just string of like dark humor going throughout it, that like never really makes you laugh out loud.
I definitely laughed watching the Ballad.
But you can tell that it's funny.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Whereas, like, I was laughing.
Yeah, I laughed. I think, I like that was the one I laughed at out loud to the most for sure.
Yeah,
like the laughs per minute stat on the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, real good. They're per 36, top notch. The second one was called Near Algodones or Algodones. I might have butchered that, but that's a James Franco one with the bank.
Probably my second favorite.
Which is interesting because I think it sort of like Ballad of Buster Scruggs started here and set this tone, and I think that kind of kept it. It was just not over the top the way Buster Scruggs was. It was more grounded. It was I think James Franco came in, used the bank robber, and then that bank teller was great. He's hysterical to me. Like the pan thing is so funny.
That's the dude that plays the guy from Office Space. Have you seen my stapler?
He looked familiar, but I don't know his name.
Have you seen my stapler? I forgot.
And then it's just another thing where it's like the hijinks that this character went through. And I think another thing that the first two, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs and Near Algodones kind of did is they set up like the expectation of what would normally happen in a movie or in a Western, and then they kind of flipped it. So they set up Buster Scruggs as this crack shot dude, the kind outlaw, and you're like, oh, we're gonna follow him through this, and then he dies, and then they have the shot with James Franco, and he sees the pretty woman before he gets hanged the second time, and you think he's gonna survive it again somehow, and then they just cut to black and he dies, and you're like, they just keep doing that to you through the first couple. They keep kind of flipping your expectations on you, and I like that. It was cool.
Yeah. A lot of the shorts end in tragedy.
Yeah, for sure. Which, I mean, the West sucked, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you saw James Franco in a cowboy hat, where you're like, yo, give me this for fucking 3 hours. I already knew that was in the trailer. I already knew he was in it and everything.
But yes,
he was in it,
I would watch James Franco. I would watch James Franco play a Wild West robber, like bank robber, in a whole movie.
I was sure. I want a James Franco cowboy movie.
It works.
I'm not really big into cowboy movies, but like,
I'm big into James Franco.
deep voice James Franco and a fucking cowboy.
Yeah, I really liked it. Do you just want to jump to the third one?
Yeah.
Third one is called Meal Ticket, starring Liam Neeson and Dudley Dursley. I should get his real name just to stop being a dick about it. You talk while I find his real name.
Yeah. I'd noticed him. I was
immediately. I was like, that's Dudley.
A skinny Dudley.
I was like, Dudley lost too much weight.
And it's also like, it doesn't seem like Liam Neeson is very like centered.
Harry Melling. Harry Melling is his name.
Harry Melling?
Melling. I could never have told you that. If I was at like Harry Potter trivia, I would have got that one
fucking
wrong.
I thought really incredible performance by him.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
When he does the Ozymandias line, I was like, oh, this dude is going in. And I think the most interesting thing about that is like, that is the one character in this movie, maybe until the last short, that you needed somebody to act their ass off for it. You know what I mean? He had to be able to emote through all the different plays he was doing. Air quote plays, if you're listening. But what'd you say about Liam Neeson being uncentered?
Yes. Well, like it wasn't really like it was focused on him a lot. I feel like everything I see Liam Neeson is he's like the camera's always like within 6 inches of his face.
Well, it's because he's always in the same movie. It's Taken or Taken 2 or Taken in the Snow or Taken on a Ferris wheel. I don't know. Taken on a Plane is a real one.
Do you have a favorite of these vignettes?
The next one we're going to talk about.
The next one?
Yeah. I think it was the next. It might be the one after. I don't remember the order. I like the one with Zoe Kazan the most.
This one's my favorite because it had like the biggest gut punch.
You want to know how I could have guessed that? It's the saddest one, so I could have guessed it's your favorite one.
It's so fucking sad.
It's really good though, like really good. Yeah, at the end when Leah, you know what I kind of liked? I liked that they didn't like show stuff. It was kind of, you know what? In like a weird way, I liked it because I was like, oh no, we're about to watch Liam Neeson throw this dude in the river with no arms and no legs, and it would have gotten weird and super dark or kind of cheesy. Yeah, and he would have been struggling, and like I was like, he's gonna try to like bite him, and then they just cut to black, and they went back, and then he had the chicken. And you know what I thought to myself? He never tested that chicken. What if it doesn't work? What if that chicken doesn't do math for him?
Well, what if it's a trick?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Know the trick.
I was like, he didn't ask that dude how the chicken does math. He's screwed. I thought that's where it was going. I thought he was gonna like do like a double show where he had the chicken, and then I thought the chicken was gonna fail him, and then he was gonna have to lean back on Dudley Dursley again, and nah, he just threw him in the river. I love the first crowd too. Like the crowds got smaller and smaller. I loved like the first crowd was so enraptured with him. And I was like, he deserves that. He's so good.
I like this vignette. Okay, so we should bring people into the story, right?
Of this one specifically?
Yeah, well, I'm going to because I like this one the most.
Liam Neeson plays some dude who is traveling around in a cart in the West from town to town, and he has an armless, legless fella, played by Dudley Dursley, Harry Melling, who performs dialogue and monologues from famous plays and stories, and even like presidential speeches. He does what speech does he do? I don't remember. Anyway, they go from town to town, and then Liam Neeson sees on a night where they only have like 3 people that watch, and none of them give them any money. He sees a huge raucous crowd, and there's a chicken doing math. and this dude's making tons of money. So he buys the chicken from the guy, and then he eventually throws Dudley Dursley in the river from a bridge, and it's really sad.
And there's other stuff too, like
yeah, there's small moments them around the campfire. Oh, there's also the scene where
Liam Neeson like continuously feeding this guy.
There's also the scene where he goes and gets a prostitute and like turns his
That's
body around.
That's scene. That's so funny.
It's like, why don't you just leave him downstairs? Jesus.
Oh, dude, because then somebody could just steal him.
he's his meal ticket.
Like somebody's just walking through the bar and be like, man, I want a torso. If only, God, please, somebody bless me with a torso.
I mean, if like a pair of arms and legs rolled in, but they had no body. I didn't know if that would land.
Some fucking skeleton man. Yeah, we can move on to the next one.
Okay.
I like.
That one's really.
That one was. My
yeah, it was. I really liked it too. So the next one is All Gold Canyon, which is we talked about that a little earlier. That's the one.
Also, really incredible visual storytelling, right? Like especially in the
Meal Ticket.
In Meal Ticket, that end scene where it shows Liam Neeson. He buys the chicken.
Yeah.
And then he leaves the wagon and then walks out into a bridge and he takes a.
He sees the big rock. Yeah.
And then just drops it into the river.
You know exactly what is happening.
Yeah.
You know,
and
second you see that rock, you know what's happening. Yeah. And then it's just a matter of like, is he going to make the decision or not? Is kind of your suspense of that scene. Yeah, it's really good. All Gold Canyon is the next one. That's this one where an old fella finds a beautiful valley with wildlife. There's something with birds. I didn't really get the bird thing, but there's like a river and he starts looking for gold. And he works and works and works, and we see the process of him prospecting. And he finally finds some gold, and then some kid shows up and shoots him in the back, and then he plays possum.
Do you think it was going to end there?
Yeah, I definitely thought that we were going to see that dude smoke his rolled up tobacco. Yeah,
it okey dokes you
because they had
all the tragic endings.
Exactly. So they flipped our expectations so many times.
Yeah. Then
they flipped them back. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Which is interesting. So then the dude tricks the kid, kills the kid, and then gets his gold and leaves.
Mm-hmm. This was your favorite?
No, the next one. I couldn't remember the order.
Gotcha.
No, I like this one. I liked all of them. I liked all of them. This might be my least favorite, though. I don't know. If I were to order them,
if I had to order them, I'd probably say the last one is my least favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what it is about just like long conversations and wagons, dog. Fucking.
Is there another one of those you can point out?
Yeah, Hateful Eight.
Okay.
You know, at the beginning of that movie,
yeah,
a huge converation.
Yeah, see, I like that.
That's horse meat. What?
That's like masterful writing if you can pull that off. Like just a handful of characters in one spot.
Or really masturbatory writing. I mean, you could also say that. That's how I felt about
if it enraptures me and I pay attention and I enjoy it, I think it's good. You know what I mean? We're not there yet though. We're on the gold one.
Okay, the gold one.
There's way less writing because he's all by himself and all he does is talk to the earth. I'm gonna find you, Pocket, Mr. Pocket. Tom Waits, dude. Yeah, I like. It's good. I didn't get the bird thing. Is there something I was missing? He went up to the bird nest and grabbed the eggs, and then he saw the owl was watching him, and he put the eggs back, and he was like, "Oh, just one. How high can birds count anyway?" And then the whole time that lingered over me, and I was like, is it just a message about how like you're gonna get your comeuppance?
So that line was a reference to
how high can birds count anyway?
How high can birds count?
Oh, well, yeah, I got that because of the chicken thing. Yeah, that was like a little like hand in the bird joke. Yeah. It was just a little in joke to the movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's there though.
All it made me do was feel more, and maybe it's what they wanted. I just felt more at unease. I was just like, what did that mean? And like, what's going to happen to him because of it? Like, you know what I mean? And I think it maybe was like a karmic thing, you know, like because he took that egg, I expected something bad to happen to him. Almost like Game of Thrones style, where it's like, if you ever mess up in Game of Thrones, I expect you to die. Mm-hmm. I think that might have been what it was to me. And then when he got shot, I was like, yep, he got his comeuppance.
Did we talk about what this is nominated for at the Oscars?
Oh, I didn't even see. What is it?
Okay, so it's nominated for
Is it adapted screenplay or something?
3 different Oscars. It's up for adapted screenplay, original song.
That makes sense.
The when Cowboy Spurs turn into wings or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
That so weird.
That was a
That
fun
seems
song.
so funny.
I like that song.
That was so unexpected. I was like, this is some Looney Tunes shit.
Well, it's like fucking. It's like
no, like you literally would see that happen in a Looney Tunes cartoon.
well, it's like Big Lebowski.
yeah, it is like Big Lebowski. Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot what the third one was.
Third Oscar.
Oh, costume design.
Makes sense. All three make sense. I can dig it. It will not win Best Song, by the way. That belongs to Shallow.
No.
Yeah. The next one is The Gal Who Got Rattled with Zoe Kazan in it. That was my favorite. And I think it was my
This
favorite.
is your favorite.
I think it was my favorite because it was like the most story, you know? It was the one that told a story the most than any of the other ones. Like Ballad of Buster Scruggs is quick, flashy, happens. Kind of the same thing with the James Franco one. The third one, the meal ticket one, tells a story as well, but it's just way more sad. And I really liked it. I just like this one's really sad too by the end, but like throughout it, I liked it a lot more. I was like, oh, it's so sweet, and then nah. But even then, I still really enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about. I really like Zoe Kazan. One, I think she's great. I'm not talking about necessarily just in this, just in general. I really like her. She's from like The Big Sick and What If with Daniel Radcliffe and this. She's like really she's quirky. You were talking about quirky earlier. She's a quirky actor. She's not really quirky in this, but in general. Yeah, I just really liked it.
I was just kind of meh.
Yeah.
Next one.
The final one. I think this was also the longest, by the way. The Girl Who Got Rattled. The Gal Who Got Rattled, I think. The Mortal Remains is the last one, which is what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
It's just 5 people in a coach having a conversation as they get sent to Fort Morgan, wherever that is.
Which I didn't not like it. Like the Zoe Kazan one's probably my least favorite. This one is I don't know. I like the different vignettes for different reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked there was a lot of like philosophical conversations.
Yep, for sure.
And that fucking lady was so insufferable.
Yeah, she was the worst. Yeah, she sucked. I thought the dude who played the trapper was hysterical.
I was just like, oh,
like
okay, he's a trapper.
Well, he's doing a bit. Like that bit where he talks about how much he talks. I thought that was so funny.
I liked.
But yeah, he was great. He's like I would call him the main character of the vignette.
Yeah,
for sure. And then Brendan Gleeson was great too. But Brendan Gleeson is. Brendan Gleeson's great in everything he does. So.
I was drawn to him more.
Yeah, for sure. And like he's the one who starts it, and he has this accent you aren't expecting because of everything else that's happened in the movie, and he kind of pops off the screen for sure.
Once the guy started speaking French.
Yeah.
Were you like, oh, he has a French accent? Like,
no, I heard it.
I didn't because he had very like short lines.
Yeah, it was very short.
And then he just started speaking. I was like, oh,
I knew he had an accent, or maybe I didn't know what it was, but I knew he had an accent. Yeah, I really liked it. I thought the dialogue was a lot of fun. I think they did a great job of like establishing character for all 5 of them in a very short amount of time, which is cool. I definitely thought they were going to murder all 3 of them, though.
Yeah.
I definitely thought that was about to happen. Yep. I was like, they're going to kill all 3 of them.
Yep.
Which didn't happen. That's the only one that's not tragic.
The Tom Waits one isn't tragic.
That's true. He gets.
I
just kind of assume that he's going to die while he walks wherever he's going because he has a gun.
Dude, he's singing.
Because he has a gun wound and he was like coughing as he walked around. You just kind of assume.
While you singing.
But you're right. He made it. The Tom Waits one is not tragic. It almost was. But yeah, here's something interesting though, because we were talking about our favorites. So on the Wikipedia article, there are like 3 different critics' rankings, and I think the thing that's really interesting is that they're all like completely opposite of each other. Like the first one has the Ballad of Buster Scruggs first, and The Mortal Remains last, and the next one has The Mortal Remains first, and The Ballad of Buster Scruggs last. And it's just, I think it's one of those things where if you watch this, you're going to find like something to like in each of them, and I think one of them will stick out to anybody. You know what I mean?
I can agree with that.
Cool. I'm glad you can agree. Your favorite was the one with Liam Neeson, though.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Deadly.
Cool.
I didn't think it was at first. I was like, this is kind of a bore, and then it just fucked me up.
It definitely is the slowest one because it's pretty long
and it's repetitive.
Yeah, it's very repetitive. We keep seeing him
do.
do the monologues over again. Yeah, for sure. And by the end, they just twist it so hard on you.
But that like also aids to your feeling of like tragedy because you kind of get it. Like, you kind of get why Liam
he has to take care of this dude. like you could be like in Liam Neeson's head. He's like, I'm saving this kid from living a shitty life, right?
Well, no, like as an audience member, you're watching this and you're like, fuck, like how many more times do I gotta hear this shit? Like, maybe I should just throw him off a fucking river.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this movie. Like,
I don't think that I would rank it as a whole. Like, I almost feel like I would have enjoyed this more. I don't know. It's almost like they had a bunch of ideas for a Western, and they were like, we can't pick one. Let's just do tiny versions of all of them.
But if it was, they probably liked the source material.
That's true. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't rank this super high in a Coen Brothers. I don't know what the word. A list of Coen Brothers films. I wouldn't rank it super high. I don't think it'd be very high on the list. I still enjoyed it though. Well made, fun. Mm-hmm. I would say it's on Netflix. Check it out. Yeah, real easy.
It's a fine
way to spend a couple hours. Yeah, I think that's it. Yep. This has been The Chris and Kyle Show. You can find us on the social medias. We are The Chris and Kyle Show on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on all podcasting platforms like share, rate, review. Find us tcaks pod on Twitter. Check out our poll on Twitter and Facebook to send us to the movies for February. What Men Want, Isn't It Romantic?
And releasing those on Valentine's Day, right?
What Men Want is the week before Valentine's Day. Isn't It Romantic is Valentine's Day.
But we're releasing the episode.
Well, we can't release them on Valentine's Day because the movie doesn't come out until Valentine's Day. So it'll be like the Thursday after Valentine's Day.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Otherwise, like, you couldn't do a Valentine's Day themed movie because it wouldn't be out yet.
I mean, we could do a one that was been previously released. You know?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you
like go back to last year. Just go back to last year.
There's been
or any random romantic comedy. No, sir. We are up to date.
Topical.
Thank you. That's the word. Yeah. Next week, I think we'll do True Detective season 2. So look forward to that. I'm sure you'll have thoughts on that one by the time we watch it.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
Yeah, we'll watch it this week. Find him, chrismichaelstott.com for his scripts. Chris Michael Stott on Instagram. I don't even know if I said it right or not. I am Davin125, Twitter and Instagram, and we out.
We out. Stay weird.